Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new expedition into the South American jungles. And we are here with the South American DLC pack, which already is filled with so many amazing ruins, you guys. Look at these cool ruins! As usual, Planet Zoo has me cooing over rocks and cooing over the amazing golden pieces that you can find in the temples. How freaking cool is this? Oh my gosh. And we haven't even gotten into the absolutely amazing new Brazil nut trees or my moss rocks. Oh, you gorgeous dynamic moss rocks. How I love thee. I have so much to show you guys. But first, I think I should go ahead and have you all appreciate the view. Holy cow. We have never before tried to make a zoo in the South American jungles. This is what happens, and this is where you end up when you begin a zoo there. You're on top of mountain ranges. I did not expect this. Nobody in our Pixel Biology expedition team expected this because we have yet to have made a zoo here, and I had no idea this is what it was going to look like, and that the constraints and challenges of trying to build a successful zoo on literally the top of a mountain range would be present on top of all of the challenges that we actually have for this unique challenge for our jungle expedition that I created. I'm very excited about it. It's going to center around golden temple frogs, which is very exciting if you ask me, and probably some llamas, which is not so exciting if you ask me, because by now you guys should know that llamas and I are kind of arch rivals with one another. An arch nemesis, yes. We don't get along. We don't get along, but we'll try to. But alright, let me go ahead and introduce you. We'll go ahead and pause for just a second because we need to hold this moment precious. It is the beginning of our very first jungle expedition, and I should introduce you to the layout of the land. So we're here in the South American jungle. We have the South American DLC, and we already have one of the 4 amazing new animals that has arrived with the South American DLC, the red-eyed tree frog. Where is it? I know one of our royal frogs happens to be, aha, there we go. The absolutely adorable red-eyed tree frog. Behold, my friends! Look at those sticky toes! Look at that tiny itty-bitty little waist. It's itty-bitty little butt. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It really is weird. The longer I look at this frog, the weirder it looks. But they are also amazing and a very iconic, beautiful creature that inhabits our natural world. And when I thought about how we should focus on exploring the South American DLC pack, I could not forget the beautiful red-eye tree frog. And so the Golden Frog Temple was born. So we're going to play this a little differently. We're not going to be going through and playing like a normal zoo. We're going to be doing this in a new style that I'm going to call Expedition Challenge style, which is kind of themed, though the way that we had a village that we took care of in Ice Ice Outpost, the way that we have a like bunch of ruins, and we have a flower obsessed gardener collecting the dung from the animals that we have in our Vast Horizons Sahula Safari area. We're also going to have a unique challenge here, and it's going to center around the frogs. The story is that we have had a small group of researchers sent with just enough funding to get them set up here in the high mountains to research the extremely rare temple red-eye tree frog, a subspecies of the red-eye tree frog that does not actually exist in real life, just getting that out there, that only lives up in these high mountains in pools that are around these ancient temples. They are an extremely endangered species. Only a handful of them is known to exist in the entire world, and so our expedition team has set up a little village here using the really adorable new South American decorations. Look at all that bamboo. I love it! Oh my gosh, do I ever love it. We'll come visit this village and the people who are on the expedition in just a minute. But they have set up an expedition centered around taking care of and researching the red-eyed tree frogs. And the red-eyed tree frogs are sort of the stars of the show. But what about the jaguars, you ask me? What about the llamas and the giant anteater? Well, we're going to be adding those and many more animals into this area too, but it's going to be done expedition style. Because the expedition's main purpose is to research the red-eyed tree frog, we have to wait until we have completed some of that research by getting a golden red-eyed tree frog in our group. When we have a golden red-eyed tree frog, we'll say that we had a successful expedition and successful research, and then we will go ahead and release the extra frog into the wilds, and we will send our crew out into the jungles to go and find a new animal. So I'm pretty excited about that. We cannot get new animals until we have a gold level frog that we can release, saying that we have successfully researched the area, we have made a discovery in the jungle, and then we can bring back an animal. But there's a catch. What animal could we bring back from the jungle? Well, this is where the challenge part comes in. This is a very odd jungle. You see, over the generations, people have set up shops that they shouldn't have. They had little animal farms that they shouldn't have. Weird things happen. Animals you should never expect to see in South American jungles showed up. And occasionally, when our research group, our little expedition group, has a successful red-eyed tree frog, a golden one, and we're able to use that golden one to go on an expedition. When they go on an expedition, they may not bring back the South American animals we are looking for. They have a chance of bringing back any of the animals that exist in Planet Zoo. Because for some reason, some of those guys may be here. Like, we might end up with them finding a spotted hyena in the jungle and having to bring it back and set up a habitat for it. So that's where the challenge part of this comes in. We really want to be able to research the 4 new animals that have arrived with this DLC. And they are the Colombian white-faced capuchin monkey, which is freaking adorable. Look at that little one. I'm very excited to get some of the capuchin monkeys in. They are extremely intelligent. I can't wait to learn more about them and unlock the information about them for our Zoopedia. And then we also want to find the giant anteater. Again, extremely excited to add this one into our jungles as well, because the anteater is one of my favorite animals. The giant anteater carries its baby around on its tail, and it's the cutest thing. I saw it in real life at the Detroit Zoo once, and I've loved them ever since. And then, of course, the big star of the show that I know so many of you guys are going to be so eager for us to find, the jaguar. Yes, we absolutely want to try to go and find a jaguar, one of the largest big cat species in the world. They look a lot like leopards, but they're actually significantly stockier and bigger and much better swimmers than leopards. And I have a lot to say about comparing the jaguar to other big cats, but we'll have to wait until we are able to get a jaguar into this little research facility up on top of a mountain, which I did not expect the mountain part. That came as a surprise to me. So just to clarify, in order to go find those animals, we need to breed up red-eyed tree frogs that are golden level. When we manage to have a breakthrough in our research with that gold red-eyed tree frog, then we will go ahead and sell it, and we will use the funds to go on an expedition into the forest and try to bring back one of the animals we want. To increase the chance of getting an animal we want instead of a random animal from any of the animals that exist, we need more golden tree frogs. There's a 1 in 6 chance of finding the animal we're looking for when we go on an expedition, but if we had 6 red-eyed tree frogs that were all gold level that we could release, that would actually make it so that we could go and get that animal for sure. So I will explain all of these challenges in the video description of this starter video, just to kind of clarify everything. It's actually a lot simpler than it sounds, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun because it's going to possibly make it so that for the first time, we will end up discovering animals I have never yet put in any of our zoos, like the Indian rhinoceros. Still haven't added it in. Komodo dragon. Still haven't added it in. The Formosan black bear. Still haven't added it in. in. So there's a chance we might end up finding one of those animals out in the jungle for who knows what reason and have to bring it back to our research camp and take care of it for the duration of that animal's natural lifespan. So I'm pretty excited for all of those things. I think it'll be a really fun challenge because we will have to focus on the humblest of all of the animals in the pack, the frog, which is actually a very important part of the ecosystem and will give us a lot of time to talk about the terrible fungus that is currently affecting frogs in the world. And it will also allow us to go ahead and have just a bit of a challenge. I like challenges. We've been playing Planet Zoo every single day and doing daily episodes since it came out, since before it came out actually. And I think that a challenge can add a lot to it, and I hope that it will be an opportunity for some of you guys who feel that things can get stale or you get more obsessed about how things look instead of how you're enjoying playing. I hope it gives you some ideas. And the last part of the challenge that I will mention is, other than, finances, because we're playing franchise and we're kind of poor because the temple took a little bit to build, is the fact that because we are focusing our research on these wonderful golden royal red-eye tree frogs, we can only put in habitats around the red-eye tree frog temples. We can put in a maximum of 4 habitats for each temple. And if we want to add in more animals, if we want to go on an expedition and find new animals to add in, then we have to have enough money to be able to build another temple, or excuse me, excavate another red-eyed tree frog temple and set up that temple further past the barricade of all of the fallen ruins of the past. So that's part of the challenge. We'll be limited to only 4 habitats, 1 on each side of the red-eyed tree frog temple, until we build a new temple. And that should be pretty easy. I don't know how much money it costs right now. How much money is this? See, it's only 5,000, so that should actually be super easy, except for the fact we will also have to make sure that we have 2 golden frogs that could go to breed in that temple. So we have to have a lot of frogs, basically, and we also need to have the money in order to take care of all of these. So you may be asking yourself, Seri, are we really gonna have to just stare at frogs until they have babies? And this is where I say no, guys. No. There's one exception to the animals we don't have to go on expedition for. There's one specific exception of animals we can get as many as we want of, and we put in the habitat, and we can build the habitat over here, and we can have as many of them as required to get the guest happy and to be able to get the money up. I will allow, because they are domesticated, the llama. We will indeed make it so that, oh my gosh, look at that curly butt. We will go ahead and allow the llama to be added in at any time in the zoo. If we need to add in multiple llamas in order to keep people interested and get the money up while we wait for the red-eyed tree frogs to have golden babies, so be it. But I don't know. I don't know how the llama and I are going to get along. So we will see, but we will be adding in llamas first thing and trying to get as many frogs so that we can go on expeditions either for random animals or to try to find something as amazing as the jaguar or the giant anteater. So there we go. I know that seems a little bit much, but it was the beginning of a new series, the beginning of a new challenge, and the beginning of a new era in our pixel biology discoveries. So I hope you guys are excited. Maybe it gives you some ideas for challenges you could do for yourself. I think limiting the number of habitats and making it so that we have kind of like a random discovery that we have in the jungle will make it pretty fun. Also, I think the red-eyed tree frog deserves to have a little more attention than I'm sure everybody else is going to give him. So that said, this is an ancient temple area. We have a whole bunch of the temple walls that have actually collapsed and become asunder, even though some of the murals are clearly like gorgeous fresh paint. And they block off the area until we are able to build another one of the red-eyed tree frog habitats, the temples. And every time we add a temple, it will allow us to expand further into the mountain, which I'm a little intimidated by because I've never tried to build on a mountain, and this is kind of like, well, what the heck are we doing? That's going to be interesting. And this area also suffered from a terrible boar beetle plague that ruined all of the trees. So we're gonna try to like put all of the trees back on this mountain because come on, we're supposed to be in the jungle. I want to see some of our gorgeous trees arching overhead, filled with vibrance and life, and probably the sound of a lot of frogs considering we're going to have to like base this around red-eyed tree frogs. So that being said, let me introduce you to our little village. It is very, very simple. We have a research center. We have a rest area for the researchers who are up here in the mountains. We have a trade center for whatever animals we need to plop in. And we've also got a wonderful little keeper habitat. And I'm going to imagine this is kind of like the houses for the people who live here because we have quite a small staff. We have got botanist Bethany, who specializes in taking care of bromeliads, and she is actually the one who built this amazing epitite wall, which I got off of the Steam gallery. It's really awesome, isn't it? Totally so cool. I love it. And then we have also got somebody who I'm quite concerned about, llama shepherd Alisa, who really loves llamas. I don't know why, but she just does. And then over here we have got frog biologist Yulini, and she is one of the main researchers who's going to be taking care of studying the red-eyed tree frogs. And then finally down here we have mountain climber George, who is in charge of just kind of tidying everything up and making sure the equipment for the expedition is secured. So all of that said, holy heck, probably gonna have to add llamas in soon so that people will be interested in being here. And I'm very excited, so let's go ahead and do this. Oh, also, this is the temple treen of the golden frog after Treen, one of our amazing patrons. And without those patrons, oh my gosh, you guys, without the patrons, I don't know how we're going to get through the next few months. So it's going to be interesting, but I really am so grateful to all of them for their support and for making this possible. So thank you so much, you guys. We'll be adding in more patrons as the staff in the future. I just like to start with a little like roleplay fictional staff in every village first. And we will be adding in you guys, everybody, as the animals that will be inside of our exhibits and inside of our zoo. For example, we have Royal Frog Adissio. I got really lucky and was able to get a gold level male just right off the bat. Hopefully we can find a gold level female to add in with him pretty soon. But Royal Frog Adissio, he is, and I don't think I can actually sell him. Huh, I'm gonna have to think about that. But Royal Frog Adissio is named after Addison, who left a really sweet comment about how she wants to become a vet in the future. So thank you so much, Addison. You can get Planet Zoo on Steam, and that's how you get into franchise mode, which is quite the challenge, to be honest. And then we have one other little frog. We have got Royal Frog Kiera, after Kiera, who left a really sweet comment in one of our previous videos. So phew, okay, I think we've got the whole setup done. Why aren't people going up the stairs? I'm confused for why they're not going up the stairs. I wish I could have stayed longer to watch the red-eyed tree frog. You could totally get up here, come on. Is she gonna come on up? Oh, interesting! They just like get right here and like go home. Okay, first things first. Let's figure out why they are not coming up to see our red-eyed tree frog. I made a really complex path, but it should be allow them. Let's see if that helped. It should allow people to get over here. This path is totally like, yeah, made for people. It loops around up here, which I'm pretty proud about. Hopefully people, come on people, get up the stairs. Gosh, that's odd. Okay, that's really weird. They can't go up my stairs. No! I worked so hard to make this temple look so good. Alright, that'll be issue number one. I wonder, like, why they're not getting up here. Oh dear. Oh me, oh my. Oh, I wonder if the red-eyed, because the red-eyed tree frog, is it not connected? That may be it. Alright guys, I may have to do some painful rearranging. Let's actually try this really quickly. Let's come over here. What if I do that? Oh! Oh! 1 second. Huzzah! Our first crisis solved! We have managed to get the red-eyed tree frog exhibit to the point where people can walk up here and look at them, but it looks like not many people will actually make the journey. That's very interesting. I'm not sure why so many of them are just like, oh, I'm done now. I wish I could have stayed longer to see the frog, but I'm done now. That's so perplexing to me. Also, why is this glowing? What on earth inside of here is glowing? I have no idea. Okay, clearly the temple is full of unknown mysteries. Wow, look at all the butterflies. Oh, those are so pretty. But all right, we're gonna need to get like serious if we want people to stay and if we want people to go ahead and like actually take part in whatever we're doing here. Oh, wow, there's even more glowing things. Wow. Yeah, if we want people to get up here so that they'll start like donating and hanging out and taking care of things, then heck, come on people. Why won't you guys get, what if I move you over here? Can you hang out with the red-eyed tree frog? Can you give him a little look-see-loo? No going home? Oh man, I'm so concerned. Why won't they look at my frogs? They absolutely should spend some time looking at my frogs. Alright, maybe the frogs aren't enough at this stage, despite the fact that clearly we need them to appreciate our frogs. It's time for emergency llamas. You guys have no idea how conflicted I am about this, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna have some emergency llamas. Let's go ahead and put in... I can do one-way glass if we really need to. Alright. Emergency llama time. And as you can see, we actually have all of the research needed for being able to build pretty much whatever we want. And that is thankfully due to the fact that all research is now shared between zoos. Huzzah! And we, as the Pixel Biology Foundation and the Pixel Biology Sanctuaries, have actually got so much research done. We are quite the accredited facility, if you ask me. Let's go ahead and select these. And then we'll do chain link, semi-transparent. We'll do glass so that people can see the llamas. And then let's grab some llamas like immediately because we're hemorrhaging money. I'm really concerned about this. We gave ourselves quite the significant challenge. Oh my gosh! This is terrible! Look at how expensive the llamas are! This is... I can't even believe this. This is an affront to everything. But you know what? If we're gonna be stuck with some llamas because they're brand new, might as well go ahead. Alright, fine. Fine, I pay your scalping fee on the llamas. Just get them in here. We'll come back and we'll search for more llamas in the near future. I can't believe we had to pay a 10,000 conservation credit scalping fee on the new animals. That's okay. Alright, come on people. Come on. Alright, we're getting a little bit more interest. But people are really not staying long to look at my frogs. I am concerned. I am extremely concerned. We may be off to a really rough start at the Golden Temple. Oh my gosh, it's a llama! Holy cow, you guys, it's actually a llama! Oh, he's so fluffy! Alright, maybe you and I can get along, friend. We'll have to see. Let's see if more people will now come to hang out with the llamas. We'll make a little path, maybe, that can loop around. Maybe there's just something about the way I set up the frog path that makes it so that people can't really figure it out. So we'll set up a couple more paths really quickly. See if that helps. And let's see, I'll get another little path looping over here. Oh, the llama's lying down. Okay, I actually think that I might be a llama fan after all. We'll have to work on this. I'm feeling dubious about this. Oh, now they're headed over here. Did they just need like this loop? Alright, we'll leave this as it is and we'll just see what happens. Maybe people are calming down. Suddenly it's like they can see my frogs. And soon, hopefully, they will be able to see my llama. But alright guys, we just paid like a scalper's fee for this emergency llama to come and help us out. Let's do our best to take good care of him and to give him one of your guys' names. So, I would like to introduce you to, let's see, he's a male, and we have Kiara Bradley. Hello, Kiara. We're gonna name this guy Key, then, after you. And he is Key, the llama that we paid way too much money for. But he is key to our success, I think. We're going to go ahead and start some vet research. We'll do it on the llamas first, even though I really want to do it on the red-eyed tree frogs. Because I want to make sure the llamas are fussier for their well-being. And no doubt we actually depend on this lead llama Key to go ahead and like take us down the mountainside and back up for food. So probably pretty important that we're tending to the llama. And protesters have already arrived. It's probably, oh, look at these cute leaf habitat beds now. Oh my gosh, I love them. It's probably because this guy needs like a graze ball feeder. Let's give him a cute little grab ball. People will love the grab ball. Oh good, guests are starting to come down here to check out the llama. Oh, I'm so relieved. I was really confused why people were just like freaking out about the paths. Oh, they can actually see the llama from there. So they're just like chilling there and admiring the llama. That's pretty cool. Alright, llama is pretty happy, except that it needs much more space. Well, that's kind of hard when we're in the middle of a mountain. And the llama needs more social group. Okay, emergency llama Key. I'm gonna name him lead llama. Can I get any more llamas? Llamas! Llamas everywhere! Except not really. Phooey! Oh man. Alright. Price. Oh, you guys. And we just paid, like, through the roof for a llama. Why couldn't it be a golden llama? Alright, we may have to be patient and just, like, search and search for our emergency llama crew because it's the first few days. And so, of course, there was a female! There was a female! Go, 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 go! Adopt. I adopted another male. I don't know if I should have adopted another male, but I totally did it, like, immediately. Okay, we'll see if we end up regretting that decision soon. We got a female llama! Yes! Let's go ahead and move her over here too. We're gonna need to give our llamas more space and something to drink, like ASA freaking P. Let's get a water pipe in here just for the second. While we go ahead. Alright, maybe we don't need to do some llama research. Alright. What does their social group need to be? Let's see. 2 to 3, up to 30 males, up to 30 females. And the social hierarchy is constantly in flux based on small fights. And they are confident in their relationship with humans. And there we go. Okay, so now the social group is enough. So we didn't even need to grab that male that we did, but I'm glad we did. Alright, holy cow. What an unexpected few moments as we dashed about in our very teeny tiny new area. I'm really nervous because actually the money is not coming in as easily as I thought it would be. And people are not really coming over to look at my llamas. So I'm not exactly sure how we're going to make this work. I think we're gonna have to adjust with the goals I have pretty quickly. And I think that we may need to really have those frogs get up and breeding, like, immediately, so that hopefully everything will be okay. But we'll focus on giving the llamas more space. Somehow? Somehow with all of this, we'll try to give them more room to roam. And we will try to get this franchise up and off the ground as this expedition gets underway. I may have given myself too much of a challenge, but we'll see what happens. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on this, the beginning of our completely unexpected adventure in, I did not expect to be on a freaking mountain, in the South American DLC pack. I am very excited to spend more time with our llamas next, so we will try to make life better for our llamas, because we will rely on them to get us up and down the mountainside, and to hopefully help people donate enough that we can survive here as we prepare to adventure deep into the jungles. So, If you guys could, do please leave a like for our wonderful emergency llamas and for the Temple of the Golden Frog. And if you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh my gosh, they're actually kind of cute. Bye-bye!